Hi guys. Um, a lot of you are very stuck currently as a software engineer, even in 2026, because of some little things, right? Some of you think that you are the best, you are the most wonderful coder on the planet, and literally nobody can code like you. Even the AI today cannot code like you. Some of you are just by coders who just like depend on AI completely to write your code. But you see that at the end of the day, you are still stuck. You are still stuck in shipping that your wonderful product idea out there, shipping very good and very nice product that users are going to use simply because of some things I'm going to be sharing in this video. So today I'm going to go over some of my top things, the things I put together that will show you why you are currently being stuck as a software engineer, and what can you actually do to actually escape. What can you actually do to ensure that you don't actually get stuck? Like, what can you do to come out from basically that particular issue? So hi, my name is Christian Obi, and on this channel we are all about software engineering, uh, doing AI automations and solving problems using AI and software development. So if this is of something of interest to you, you can subscribe to this channel, and you can give me a like so that I keep creating amazing content like this for you. It really helps the channel to grow. So yeah, I'm gonna go over the some of my top tips that shows you why you are being stuck. All right. The first thing you need to understand is that software engineering is not all about coding. That's the first thing you need to understand, which I believe might be what's making you to be stuck, right? Is that software engineering is not just about coding. Now, who's a software engineer? Software engineer is like a person who, a business owner or a company can come to, right, with a problem, right, and it builds a solution to that problem. The solution could be an app. It could be a tool that the workers in the company use internally, but in the core, it is a solution that solves a problem. So what does this software engineer do? He understands the business requirements, right, and translates it, right, into a digital product, a solution that handles specifically those problems in general. If you cannot do this and you're just focusing on just how neat your code is going to be, some persons now they just be like they are doing a lot of abstraction in their code, which is actually very good, right? They just do a lot of abstraction, do a lot of featuring their code that makes their code looks like really polished and nice, but they are not solving the business requirement at the core. You see that you are not really that useful, right? You're not really that useful to like a business person or a company. So the software engineer understands the business requirement and can translate that into a digital product that solves the problem. Do you understand? So if you're able to do that at the core, you are good to go. And that's why even today we have people who have not gotten to the point where they understand this concept basically, and now they've created tools like AI, right, that can help software engineer actualize this dream. Because as I said, software engineering at the core is being able to solve a problem. How you do it is not really that important. Your ability to solve a problem. So the ability for developers to write code initially has now been been scrapped away, because now engineers are now like more into more features. What can I build now? That how can I build features? How can I organize features to solve the problem that this company is asking me to solve, right? What tools can I do to organize the solution and do it faster? Do you understand? And deliver features faster that's highly tested and performant. So you need to understand that software engineering is way beyond just coding. It's your ability to solve problems, your ability to be a creator. How can this product, how would this product feel in the hands of those who I built it for? Will it give a good impression? Will they have a good experience by using what I've done? And if you are talking about 2026, you'll be thinking like, what tools can I use to organize the ability to deliver features quicker, because of course these companies understand there are tools that can help you ship faster. What tools can I use to ship faster, to ship high quality, solutions that meets the business requirements. Remember, here I'm not talking about code. I am not talking about the best linked list, or most of the algorithms they give in interviews and all of that. I'm talking here about your ability to translate a business requirement into a digital solution that solves that problem. So you need to understand, you need to be thinking in the sense of solution, all right, and you are not going to be stuck, all right. So that's my first tip. Now, the next thing you need to be aware of is your ability to communicate. Now, you have a company who have their business required, they've handed it to you as a software engineer to be able to like translate it into a solution, right? A digital solution that can solve the problem. How well can you communicate non-technically to them? Are you just the type that is only, you can only speak in terms of code? For example, they are saying, I want to find a way to, how can we display how can we display the list of product items? If let's say it's an e-commerce company or business, right? How can we display that? And you are saying something that I'm going to do a map that maps each item. I'm just going to create an array of objects, and you are speaking to that, they are like looking at you and be like, what's this guy talking about? Like, what the hell is this guy even saying, right? So how well can you communicate? If you are working with other developers, how well can you document? How well do you document what you do? Right? Do other people see your code and they're just like, what the hell is even going on here? Right? So this is actually what might be making you stuck, right? How well can people communicate? Where can people understand your code? Is your code, do you follow best practices, right? Do you refactor? Of course, these things are not like really, really important, because coding itself, as I said, is not the most important thing, but they are also important for you as a software engineer. There are things that could be making you stuck, right? Still be stuck, sure. How well do you communicate in your code, in your ability, in your analysis of the business requirement? Do you sound less technical to non-technical persons like the founders or product managers, and they understand what you are trying to translate into code without even understanding the code you're going to write? But you already have in your mind a feature that this is the feature I'm going to do, that if I add this feature XYZ together, they're going to solve this problem. But you don't need to know how I'm going to do it to solve the problem. You just only need to know that this is what I want to solve, and how I'm going to translate it into code does not really matter, because at the end of the day, the code does not really matter as a software engineer. That's what you really need to understand, that the code doesn't even really matter at the end of the day. So how well can I communicate what I want to do, not technically, to non-technical persons, right? Not technical persons like founders, like people you work with who are not technical. They understand what you're trying to do, but they don't have to understand it in terms of the code you are writing. That's what I'm talking about here. Okay. All right. So if you like what I've been doing up to this point, please do give a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. It really helps us to grow, and it helps you to be notified whenever I upload amazing content like this on software engineering, AI, automations, and AI development. All right. So the next thing on my list is knowing how to market yourself, right? We've seen this a lot. It has ever happened to me where basically like you're better than these other candidates, but these other persons actually got the offer, they actually got that job, they actually got signed, they actually got that contract that you really wanted. And you actually say, why? But I know I'm better than this person, but they got it before you. Why? Because they know how to package what they have, what they can do, their ability to translate the features requirement into, and they'll be able to convince, right, that they can actually do this, even if they might never be actually really good at it, but they can present non-technically, they are able to speak in terms of business requirement, right, not technically to this non-technical persons who are probably going to be giving them the job, and have a way of marketing and selling themselves in such a way that it is very, very easily convincible by these people that we just have to give this person this job, because I mean, we'll be dumb if we don't, right? So it has a lot to do with your ability to market yourself, right? It's marketing is not just for only business persons, right? It's not just for only selling. Like you get to this point where you understand you are the goods, you are the services, you are the products you are trying to like sell, right? Your skills you are trying to sell. So how well can you make somebody understand and have no doubt that you are capable of delivering? That's what you should be worried about, right? Because without this, people who are less capable than you will just be taking your jobs. So that's one thing you need to keep in mind. Now, you need to understand that you're not just a coder, you are a creator with massive leverage. I'm going to say that again. You're not just a coder, you are a creator with massive leverage. So what does that even mean? Now, for instance, if you actually code before, you will see that you worked with such XYZ business. Let's say you did computer science in school, you learned how to code, you learn how to build things, but you don't really know how to do accounting, you don't really know how this business, this probably say marketing agency actually work, right? You are not specialized in the business of marketing, you're not specialized in the business of aviation, you're not specialized in the business, any of these businesses, but you see that a business owner can come to you and give you a business requirement, and you're able to translate that business requirement into a digital solution. That's not coding power, that's creator's power, and it's a massive leverage, because when you understand that you can actually work in literally anywhere. You can work in literally any field that you want. You can work in, whether it's a clinic, whether it's a restaurant, whether it's a hospital, whether it's a flying agency, whether it's an aviation company, whatever it is, to just give you the business requirement and you know how to translate it into a digital product that can solve that problem. The moment you understand this, you become the smartest person in the room and not just a better engineer. So you need to understand that you are a creator, and that has a massive leverage for you. When you understand this, you will see that you're not just an employee, right? You are a builder. You're somebody who has the ability to create solutions that people can use, and it even gives you that boost to even create solutions that you can ship to people out there. We have developers out there who build solutions that other people use even today, right? They are business owners, are people who have built their own business because they understood that they have creators power. They can work in any field, they can build actually anything that people can actually use. So understand that you are a creator with massive leverage, not just a coder. Okay, so finally, you need to understand that as a software engineer, you're not just a coder, right? You're not just a coder, you are a creator, right? And a creator have massive leverage. A creator has power. You need to know how to market yourself. You need to know how to problem solve. You need to know how to translate business requirement into futures, into solutions, right? That's what you need to be focusing on. You need to know how to market yourself. You need to know how to organize solutions, all right? So you are a creator with massive leverage. You are someone who can actually work literally anywhere. So having an understanding of that doesn't just make you a better engineer, it makes you the greatest person that will ever work in anywhere. And I'm not just exaggerating, right? It makes you the smartest person in literally every room, because you understand the amount of power you have. You understand that you can be able to build things that actually really matters. Okay, so if you really enjoyed this video, please, as I said, you give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and it really helps us to grow and I keep making awesome and amazing content like this for you. So bye for now. Catch you in the next one.